A very good morning, Level 7A, and welcome back to our online learning program. How are you doing this morning? Good. I'm doing good too, thank you. I hope everybody is doing well, and I hope everybody already done their homework and their classwork, and they've already sent it to me through personal telegram. And thank you for those who've already sent me their homework, but still there are some others who hasn't sent me in their homework yet. Alright, so what day are we on today? Yeah, that's right. Today we're on Tuesday, September 8th, 2020. Now, for session 1 today, we're going to be covering up Speaking Tutor 1A. For today's lesson, we're going to be looking at grammar focus, interjections, and exclamations on page 117. But before we go there, let's do a quick lesson review on what we've done so far. Do you remember what we've done so far in our Speaking Tutor 1A? That's right, so far we've done Lesson 4 review, Saving the World on page 116, right? We've done that already, correct? That's right. So, do you remember what we did about saving the world? Right, so you were asked to complete in the tree, the blanks in the tree, the boxes in the trees, okay? So fill in the trees with ways to help the world. So are there any other ways to help the world, to save the world, okay? So, and look at the ideas box below, things that you can do at home or things your parents can do, things that, business can do. So you have a lot of varieties of answers to these questions, right? Okay, and then what else did we look at? Yeah, that's right. So we also not only looking at that, but we also look at things government can do to help saving the world, things you can do to help at school to help to save the world as well, right? And what does save the world mean? What does that mean? Right, so like for example, saving environment or saving, mostly it's about saving environments, yeah? Okay, good. Now, for today's class, we're going to be looking at grammar focus, interjections and exclamation. Now, what does interjection and exclamation means? Right, so let's have a look together on page 117. Interjections and exclamation. Now, interjections are words or short phrase, okay? Phrases. So, for example, we have cool, wow, awesome. And exclamations are sentences that begin with what or how. So, for example, here, how interesting, what a big dog. So that's an exclamation. At the end of the sentence, you need to end the sentence with an exclamation mark. Right? So I've give you two more examples in the bottom. So interjections, amazing, fantastic. Okay, so these are interjection words or phrases. Okay, and then whereas exclamations, we have what a beautiful dress you're wearing. Okay, so that's when it's an exclamation because it starts with the word what, and then also what a big house you have. Okay, so these are all exclamations because they're all end up at the end of the sentence. It ends with exclamation mark, right? I think you've done this before, right? Do you know what exclamation marks is? Right, so it's a sign with like a line and then there's a full stop, right? Exclamation mark. Everybody repeat, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Good. All right, so for the next one, what we're going to do, we're also looking at role play. So what you have to do here in this exercise, role-playing exercise, you need to role play with a buddy. Well, if you don't, you can do with your family, siblings at home who can speak English, or your parents. Choose an interjection or come up with your own. Okay, there are many possibilities. Now, let's have a look together. 1, I got a kitten. 2, she hurt her leg. 3, let's play tennis. 4, he lost his new watch. 5, we went to the amusement park. 6, they are buying us all ice cream cones. Okay, so what you need to do within the blank of the letter B, you need to fill in the interjection words. Okay, or you can choose your own if you don't have any other ideas. All right, so you can either choose the words from the box, or you can choose your own words by filling into the blanks of 1 to 6. I know there are more than 8 words, 6 words, so there are 8 words, right? And 2 is going to be left out. So if you're going to choose the words from the box, you might as well need to think about it carefully, which one needs to go where. That makes sense. Okay, please make sure try to make sense of it as well. All right, so let's read the words in the box together. That's terrible. Awesome. Cool. Ouch. Oh no. Good idea. Wow. No way. Okay, so these are the 8 words that needs to be filled into 6 blanks, okay, of the B, right? So it's a role play conversation, okay? Right. So for the next exercise, it's match and practice. What you need to do, you need to match the exclamation and role play with your buddy. Again, if you don't have a role play, you need to. You can do it yourself, or you can do it with your siblings at home who can speak English, or your parents, okay? So 1, how? We have possibilities of A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So what it is that what you need to do, you need to match the words how and what into each letter of the alphabet and continue the words into that makes sense. Okay, so for example here, how, let's see, let's do how. How smelly. Yeah, how smelly. Yes, I think it's those shoes, old shoes over there. Okay, so it's 1B, H. How smelly. Yes, I think it's those old shoes over there. Okay, so you need to match to make sure that it's probably correct. Okay, so there's 2 hows and 2 whats. All right, and you need to match each one carefully. Okay, so that should be easy for you. Right, so in speaking tutor 1A, there's not much really for you at this point. And also just to let you know that we're almost finishing with our books this week, okay? So your final exam's coming up soon, so you better get ready, prepared, be prepared, and try to study hard, okay? Good. All right, I don't have much for you now. Don't go away, stay tuned. I'll see you for session 2 in just a second. Goodbye, everyone. Okay, welcome back to session 2. Now for session 2, we're going to be covering up blueprint 2. For today's class, we're going to be looking at communication, page 59. But before we go on to our communication, page 59, let's do a quick lesson review on what we've done so far. Do you remember what we've done so far? That's right. So far we've done our active review on page 58. You were asked to do an educational questions, fill in the blanks, and also if it's true or false, and to write more questions about someone is currently doing at school. And also you were asked to do exercise B, an oral survey, and exercise C, reminder. Okay, so I hope you've done all that before. I hope you've already done that, okay? And if you haven't, please make sure that you've done it and send it to me, okay? Thank you. All right, so for today's class, we're going to be looking at lesson focused communications. We're going to listen to track 33, complete exercises A, B, and C on page 59. Okay, so let's read the passage below together. Okay, so these are not filled in the blanks yet, but we're going to read it together, okay? High school last spring, and now I'm a freshman at Penn State. I in world history, in a dormitory, the Weaver building. Many of my history classes are in that building. I walk along the path between the library and the theater to get to class, but off campus to visit the cafe before classes. I don't have much time to spend in the cafe. That's because for a big midterm test this week, so I'm spending a lot of time in the library between classes. And I stayed in my dorm room or in the evening to study. Last semester, I was in the Spanish and on the basketball team, but now I'm very busy, so I'm not in extracurricular activities much. I need a break from studying, so I meet my friends to have coffee or lunch had to. Okay? So we already read the passage on page 59. Now, after we read the passage on page 59, let's listen to track 33. Now, listen.
Track 33.
I graduated high school last spring, and now I'm a freshman at Penn State. I am majoring in world history. I'm living in a dormitory near the Weaver Building. Many of my history classes are in that building. I usually walk along the path between the library and the theater to get to class. But occasionally, I go off campus to visit a cafe before classes. Currently, I don't have much time to spend in the cafe. That's because I'm studying for a big midterm test this week, so I'm spending a lot of time in the library between classes. And I often stay in my dorm room in the evenings to study. Last semester, I was in the Spanish club and on the basketball team. But now I'm very busy, so I'm not participating in extracurricular activities much these days. I sometimes need a break from studying, so I meet my friends to have coffee or lunch and to chat.
Good. I hope that you've already listened to track 33, and we've also read the passage as well. So I hope you have enough time at the end of the session to do the fill in the blanks part and listen to it again, okay? So don't worry, I will be sending you your track 33 listening record to our group, okay? Alright, so for the next exercise in our Blueprint 2 textbook, you are to complete exercise B, Prewrite. Now, use the space below to list 5 or 6 of your recent activities. Then select the 3 most interesting ones and think how to describe them. Okay, so what you need to do for this exercise, you need to list 5 to 6 of your recent activities. Okay, so for example, recently what you've been doing, okay, either at school or at home. All right, so recently what have you been doing? Then what you need to do, you need to select 3 that you think are most interesting, and then you have to think about how you're going to describe them. Okay, so for each one, so for example, if my recent activity would be I played soccer, I went to see my family, I went to the water park. Okay, so these are all my recent activities, but I need to choose the one that is more important, okay, the more interesting. So if I was to choose a visit to my family, okay, so I need to think about how I can describe it, okay. So visit to my family, so on Saturday I went to visit my family. I had such a great time there. I get to see all my family there, my cousins, my niece, my nephew, my aunt, my auntie, my grandma, okay, so on and so forth. So more like writing about your activity, all right? So it shouldn't be very difficult at that point. That's on page 59. And then for the next exercise, you need to, it's an exercise C. What it is now you need to write a short paragraph about your recent activities. You can look back at part A for help if necessary, okay? So have a look at part A again, okay? So the one that we listened to track 33 and we listened and we filled in the blanks. So you can use this one as help, but try not to copy from it, okay? Trying to copy, please. You can use it as a guidelines of how to start and how to end, okay? So this one is basically about your recent activity, right? So like here says that, hey, I high school last spring and I'm freshman at Penn State. So basically what he's describing, he or she is describing about he or she, his or her recent activities that he or she is doing in school. Okay, so what they've been doing the whole day, right? So then what you need to do, you need to write your own one, but again, like I said, you can use the exercise A to to use it as a guideline, but not to actually copy it, okay? Don't try not to copy it, because then I know if you copy it. All right? Okay, good. Well, we're almost, again, like I said before, we're almost coming to the end of our books as well. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me at any point if you don't understand something, okay, in the exercise, in the video, even if during you watch the video as well, okay? Guys, please make sure that you watch the video thoroughly and carefully, because it's very, very important. All right? Okay, so I don't have much for you for our Blueprint 2. Okay, thank you everyone for participating in our online learning program. And reminder, please don't forget to do your homework and classwork, then send it to me via personal Telegram once done, okay? All right, goodbye everyone, and have a great day ahead. I'll see you all tomorrow for my next video and for our next classwork. Okay, goodbye. Have a great day. Bye-bye.